Hello, everybody. We're back again with Big Brother, season 24, episode 23. All right, last episode, we have Jasmine and Joseph getting voted out. All right, and the rest of the house guests are about to see each other and because they were separated and see who got voted out. All right. So right away, Taylor started crying because she noticed that Joseph was gone. Everybody else was just kind of putting on a brave face, just saying, looking at the wall and everything like that, just kind of trying to make it look good. And Taylor tried to keep it together, but eventually she broke down and walked away, went to the bathroom to cry. Michael went over there to comfort her and talk her up and all that stuff, and sort of talk about presenting the what's it called? The HOH to her if she wins it, and how good it would be if she does it for Joseph and all that stuff. Yeah, it's whatever. So the leftovers that are still left in the house now are curious about what actually happened and why did Joseph go home. The after party, which is the four people that now includes Terrence, Turner, Alyssa, and Kyle, now all decided that they're going to blame everything on Joseph. They're going to say the reason Joseph go home is because he freaked out when he went on the block and he was revealing all these secrets and all this stuff. So that's pretty much their plan because, I mean, Joseph is out there to defend himself. It is a good plan. The problem with the plan is that they're all saying the same story in the exact same way, which seems suspicious right away. It doesn't make sense. Even if Joseph freaked out, he wouldn't freak out to everyone. He would still feel confident and comfortable with enough people, especially when he has Kyle that should be in his alliance and Turner that should be in his alliance to actually go to and talk about what his plan is and what he's going to do. So it doesn't make sense, but it's still a good enough plan if they're dealing with idiots. If no one realized that they're all telling the same story, they must be aligned, then it is a great plan. All right. But this plan gave me hope for Turner because he started to seem a little delusional to me. But now I'm thinking he was doing that intentionally and he was lying intentionally rather than believing his own bullshit. I don't mind a bullshitter. It's part of the game, is how you win. Deception is part of the game. But when you start I don't like delusion. I don't mess with it. Delusional people are dangerous people. They can convince themselves of anything. They can justify anything. And that is just not cool. At least if someone is going to do you wrong, you at least want them to at least know that they're doing wrong. You know what I mean? You could guilt them, you can expose them or whatever, and they'll there's some sort of path there. But someone that's delusional, I mean, you expose them and they could go off the rails. Like it's just, yeah, it's not a good situation. So I am hopeful and happy that he's not delusional and maybe he actually had a strategy in mind. Yeah. So mainly Michael, Brittany, Monty, and what am I missing? Michael, Brittany, Monty. Yeah, that's it. Just those three. Those are the only ones going around actually trying to find out what happened. Kyle told the same story. Terrence tell the same story. Alyssa told the same story, and of course Turner told the same story. So it all seems to be coming up lies at the moment. So it is time for the HOH competition. And of course, Terrence and Michael cannot compete. And it is the tiny stacking competition. Show you an image of it right there. All right, so they're gonna have little tweezers that they're gonna try to use to stack these cans. All right, They're gonna have to stack them up over here in rows, and they have to hold the tweezers in their hands and try to stack up those little cans. It seems simple, but it's a rather difficult thing because your hands are going to start shaking, especially when you're just holding out a little tiny object like that. Yeah, and you're going to knock it off, and yeah, it's going to be one of those things. It's just like whoever gets it to the top first. All right. So a lot of people were very steady in this competition, but every once in a while they get to the top and they keep dropping, especially Kyle. Kyle got to the top the most out of anybody else. He had this technique where he was using both of his hands, where he had the pliers with the tweezers with this hand, and he used the other hand to steady it. So it was an inspired choice by him. And he got him up to the top many times, but he kept dropping. But in the end, the winner was in fact Turner. Turner, who is aligned with every single person in the house. Everyone thinks he's in their alliance. And just revealed, he had a final two with Kyle. They had a final two with Kyle because they started in the Pound together. They had the Pound Alliance, which was Monty, Joseph, Kyle, and Turner. That was the alliance they started before they did the Leftovers. All right. But Turner, for some reason, felt like Joseph and Monty were closer together, and he was afraid of that, which is stupid, because the reason that Monty and Joseph were closer together was because they spoke game together. Turner didn't spend a lot of time talking game. He spent more time chewing his fingernails than actually speaking game with people. His game was very similar to Alyssa in the way that Alyssa is one of those people where she's good socially. She's good at getting people to do things for her, because when they do things for her, she makes them feel good about doing it. She's not one of those. She's not one of those person that actually have to be reciprocal, because as long as you're doing stuff for her, she'll be so thankful and she'll make you feel good about doing it that you'll keep doing things for her without realizing that she's never really done anything for you in return. That is her niche. That is her social game right there. That's what makes her dangerous socially. The problem is she's very passive. She doesn't do anything because she can get people to do things for her. So she's bad at the game. But Turner actually does things. He actually achieves things, but he's also very passive in the game. He doesn't spend a lot of time actually doing things in his game. Joseph was in multiple alliances, constantly doing things, constantly bringing information to the alliance. That's why him and Monty got along so much, because they were always talking game. They were always thinking ahead about how they're going to protect themselves, and Joseph was always telling Monty of ideas of how we can do this to make sure that we're good going forward and all this stuff. Where was Turner doing all these times? Chewing his fingernails out in the corner somewhere. So, that's just how the game goes. All right. So Turner's HOH, and now he has to. Everyone feels good with him as HOH, and now he has to figure out who's he going to put up on the block. All right. So of course he goes to his the whole Kyle thing, where he's now has a final two with Kyle, which is absolutely idiotic. He should have went and had a final two with Monty instead of Kyle. Kyle will always try to protect Alyssa. And as long as Kyle has Alyssa, he has 2 votes, which means he has more power than Turner does. Turner now has 2 wins for HOHs. All right. And Terrence only has 1. So if Terrence is in the game, Kyle and Alyssa is in the game, and Turner is in the game, they're going to get rid of Turner, not freaking Terrence or Alyssa. So it's a terrible final 2. His better final 2 would have been Monty. Monty had no one else that was close to him now that Joseph was gone. It was a perfect opportunity for Turner to swoop in there and get that final 2 sealed. He should have just had a fake final two with Kyle, but he didn't. Turner, man, Turner, very disappointing. All right, so he's talking to Kyle, and he's trying to help him try to figure out who's going to go on the block. And his suggestion was putting up Terrence and Alyssa. Now, of course, Kyle being Kyle doesn't want that to happen, but he's playing it cool. It's pretty obvious he's freaking like shitting bricks, but he's trying to play it cool, right? He doesn't want to do that. He's saying, those two are a number for us going forward. It doesn't make sense to like put them up on the block right now. It's better that we take a shot at the other side of the house. Here's what Turner's saying. He's saying he doesn't believe that that Alyssa and Terrence are going to really win anything, so they're not going to be able to protect him. He takes a shot at the other side of the house. He gets one person out, and the rest of them could win stuff and come after him. So he doesn't really want that. That's a very risky play, especially when everyone's aligned to him, and he could just create his own group, pretty much just having the HOH and do whatever he wants. His reasoning makes more sense to me than Kyle. Kyle is just pretty much thinking of ways. He's handicapping his game by trying to think of ways to protect Alyssa. And Alyssa's just shitty at this game. I don't even know why she's still there at this point. I mean, even freaking Brittany's better at this than her. Brittany is not passive. Brittany's constantly doing stuff because Brittany is a nervous wreck. Brittany has some kind of anxiety issue. She's just constantly just doing. All right. So, all right. They were discussing the whole Joseph thing, and do they really believe that he would sell them out and all this stuff, and Michael is saying, I don't believe it. I think they're lying, and it's weird that they all have the same story and stuff like that. Of course, leave it to Michael to pick up on the nonsense that is actually going on. All right, so both Kyle and Turner both trust Monty because they were in the Pound Alliance together. Yes. So they go talk to Monty, and of course Monty reveals a lot of secrets to them. He reveals a lot of stuff about what Taylor, Brittany, and Michael were talking about when they were talking about who they're going to get rid of when the Alliance sort of like come down to the final 7. They were talking about getting rid of Kyle and Turner. So of course he reveals that because he was loyal to the Pound Alliance, which was the original before the Leftovers Alliance. All right. So because in revealing that, he just brought himself closer to Turner and then later to Kyle. So they now gotten closer again, and now their alliance became the Pound, and they kind of just exit out Leftovers Alliance. Those 3 exit out their Leftovers Alliance, and now Turner has all these alliances, so he can pretty much create whatever he wants through that. Now that he has Monty on his side, he could take shots at Michael and not have to worry that much because Michael is one threat, but now that he has majority of the numbers, the only people that are not on his side at this point is going to be Brittany, Taylor, and Michael. There's just 3 people. Everybody else will be on his side. So good play all around. All right. So Monty came up with the idea that they should put up Taylor and Brittany on the block in order to get a chance that Michael doesn't play in the veto, so that they can backdoor Michael. All right. So that's the plan he came up with, and they agreed. And in the end, that is exactly what Turner did. He put up Brittany and Taylor, and he used the information that Joseph gave out, which was that Brittany and Taylor approached him about getting into a final 3 or a final 4, I think, a final 3 with Joseph, Brittany, and Taylor, and that's the information he gave out. I don't know why he thought that would have helped him, but that's what he did. He was kind of just like throwing out straws out there. And he used that as a reasoning as to why he put them up. And now, yeah, it was a good play, man. It was masterful. I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. Um, I was losing a hope in him before, but seeing him play this now, if nothing goes wrong, he's freaking killing the game at the moment. Like, good on him. Good job. You know? So until next time.